Bonjour YouTube, welcome back to the channel. I am Neuralex and this is going to be my reaction for episode 3 of Death Note called Dealings. If you are new to Neuralex Live, please subscribe. You can even click the bell and make sure you do not miss my next video. Well, did Light find his nemesis? Because clearly the big thing about last episode was the addition of L. I understand why a lot of you were telling me in the comments that the real story starts after episode 2. This L character seems to be like a super detective, very mysterious, nobody knows who he is. And you can see how big Light's ego is. He killed that L imposter on live TV just to prove his point. It's interesting how you can see the public opinion being divided on this Kira subject. And Ryuk, well, he seems to enjoy the show, that's for sure. So before I jump into this reaction, you can check out my full-length reaction for this episode on Patreon. The link is in the description. You can also follow me on Twitter and check out my merch at Stream Elements. Do it. Death Note episode 3, here we go. Maybe I should tell my drummer to lend me his drum so I can like film a drum cover of that song. I haven't played drums in years, guys, but that would be fun. Did I just create a monster here?
What you're doing right now is evil.
Evil.
I protect the innocent and those who fear evil. I'm the one who become the god of a
Light
new
is
world that
so
everyone
self-righteous. Like he took it personally to be called evil.
I am
Justice.
We received 3,029 responses about the murders via telephone and email.
Whoa.
There are 14 people who claim to either know Kira or who have seen him. There were an additional 21 people who called in claiming to be Kira.
Of course.
We followed standard procedure and created files for all 21 of them.
All right, on to the victim. We have confirmed that information of the heart attack victims was in fact publicly available in Japan immediately prior to their deaths. All of them occurred between the hours of 4 p.m. and 2 a.m. on weekdays, local time, with 68% of them occurring between 8 p.m. and 12 a.m.
Wow.
That information is extremely relevant for us.
Yeah.
Our suspect could very well be a student. Based on the fact that Kira's only killing criminals, I think it's safe to assume that he's driven by a very idealistic notion of justice. It's highly possible he may even aspire to be some sort of godlike figure. We're dealing with an individual who has a very to re-examine any assumptions you've made as to whether or not our suspect could be a student.
This analysis is so on point.
Does anyone else have something they'd like to add?
Yes, sir. In the last few days throughout the world, but especially here in Japan, we've observed a dramatic decrease in the number of violent crimes committed.
Whoa, because criminals are afraid.
Well, we've suspected something like that would happen. Anything else?
And that's a problem. How?
Our report for today.
I should not take sides.
I have one additional request to make.
One more
This is
request?
directed at I would like you to go back and take a closer look at the exact way in which the victims' identities were made public.
I want to know if photos of the victims were made available to the public in Japan.
Oh.
I'll leave it to you.
Man, this L character is gonna figure out the whole thing before the end of that episode at the speed he's going.
I wanted to apologize.
What on earth are you talking about? If you'd gone on to say that we should commend Kira for doing such a great job of reducing violent crime, then yes, I might have had a little problem with that.
Yeah, politically correct, remember?
I knew I could count on you, Light.
Hey, so do you think you're ready to try a few on your own now?
I like how Ryuk is fascinated
sounds
with
like Dad's
humans.
Welcome home, dear.
Thank you.
He's home really early today.
Hey!
So the father is home?
Helping your sister with her homework. You sure are relaxed. If the police try to come after me, I'm pretty confident I've got something that'll give me the advantage. Hey, glad you could join us for dinner.
It's been a long day. So, Light, tell me, how are your studies going?
Everything's okay, I guess.
Whatever. He's at the top of his class. My big brother's a genius.
Hey, Dad?
I could eat
You look
sushis right now.
Yeah, but this case I'm working on now is really tough.
I see. Well, Daddy's a policeman. And
Oh
that
my
must
god,
be the
that was
reason
this.
why you're so
I just
confident.
realized it was the
That's right.
detective.
It's easy for me to hack into Dad's computer. We're on a home network, so I can copy the files I need without leaving a trace.
Oh, wow. Sorry I was late on that. That's a lot of files.
Police are already beginning to suspect a student.
I guess that means you're in trouble.
You're in trouble.
If I write heart attack as the cause of death, then I should be able to write down all the details, including time of death afterwards, shouldn't I?
Oh, wow.
Looks like I'll be able to permit now.
Oh my god, that's gonna get even crazier. He's gonna schedule that now. That's insane. More mass murdering. Look how happy he is. Well, everything is peachy at school. I'm just murdering people for Ryuk's entertainment,
What?
I guess.
Another 23 victims yesterday? Are these confirmed?
Yes.
The day before, there were another 23 victims. He's killing one off every hour on the hour.
Considering
Wow.
that this pattern has been
You're missing the point. It does appear less likely now that Kira's a student. Why every hour? And why are all these victims in prisons where they are sure to be discovered immediately? Why not other criminals like before? Can also determine the time of death.
Yeah. That guy is too smart.
As soon as we began to suspect that Kira might be a student, the pacing of the killings changed, as if to contradict that theory.
He's gonna figure out.
This can only mean that Kira has access to police information.
Exactly.
It's obvious.
If L's as good as they say, by now he should be starting to suspect someone with connections to the police.
So he knows.
Kira has found a task force
Such mind games. I
This is one
love
fact
it.
that cannot be.
Showing them you have connections to the police makes it easier for them to find you than when they just suspected you were a student.
Well, my real agenda is to get close to L so I can eliminate him.
How are you gonna do that?
That L and the investigators don't trust each other at all. Think about it. Could you trust someone whose name and face? He'll be obligated to start investigating the police to find the source of the leak. When that happens, it'll only be a matter of time before the police start resenting L. L will investigate the police, and they will be investigating L. I'm not the one who's going to find L. I can
Smart.
Let the police do.
We're resigning. We demand that you assign us to a different case. Otherwise, you can have our badges right here and now.
Why?
Whoa.
You're good.
Kira has some ESP-like power that somehow allows him to kill people indirectly, from anywhere.
Well, if I were Kira, sir, I'd probably want to try and get rid of the people who are trying to catch me.
Let's face it, he knows he'll be sentenced to death if he's caught.
Wow.
We all sat here. Every single one of those victims' names and photos were broadcast to the Japanese public, and then they died. Wearing police IDs with our names and photos on them. Anybody with a computer can find out who we are.
Exactly.
We don't hide our faces.
We could be killed by Kira at any time.
For these reasons, we refuse to continue working this case. Excuse us, Chief.
Wow.
Hey!
That's gonna create friction among the
In
ranks.
order to solve this problem, we must establish the concept that x squared equals.
I like that Ryuk is just standing there in the middle of everybody all the time with his freak appearance. He looks so good.
Apply this concept to our first problem.
Whoa.
There are 141 people in the police force who have access to classified information regarding the investigation. We will find our suspect.
Wow.
I actually think the notebook couldn't have been picked up by a better person. I'm here because I have to stick around till the death note is finished, or I see you die, whichever comes first.
Whichever comes
But
first.
make no mistake, you'll never hear me say anything about whether what you're doing is right or wrong. I'm not here to support you or give you my opinion. I'm just a spectator. But as your roommate, I'm no ally of yours, or Kira's if you prefer. The only reason I'm gonna tell you this is because personally it's starting to creep me out.
Oh,
Get to the point already.
creep you out?
You're being followed by another human. He's watching you right now.
Oh.
I realize there's no way he can see me. But because I'm always following behind you wherever you go,
It feels like he's
I feel
following
like
you.
I'm constantly being watched.
Yes.
That's a problem. I'll have to get rid of him as soon as possible.
Well, you gonna write his name in the death note too? Come on.
Does this mean Elle is already starting to suspect the police?
Yeah.
I don't see how they could ever figure out that I'm Kira. I shouldn't look like anything other than your average high school senior.
Still.
I need my stalker's name. Once I figure that out, I can get rid of him for good.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. What makes a Shinigami and a human who has a death note different? Well, there are two things. And why do we are able to take human lifespans for ourselves?
Huh? Wait, what do you mean by that?
Let's say you have a human who is due to live until the age of 60, and a god of death wrote that this person would die at 40.
Oh.
60. Now those 20 years taken from someone in the human world are added to that god of death's life.
Oh.
So it
New
means that
rules.
as long as no matter how many names you write in your death note, your lifespan will not increase.
That's something about Shinigami that I haven't heard before.
Interesting.
Pretty interesting stuff.
The Shinigami can tell what a person's name is by just looking at their face. We know instantly. Because through a Shinigami's eyes, a human's name can be seen above their head. Not only that, we see their lifespan as well.
Wow.
I'm able to see your name and lifespan right now. I could tell you how many years you've got left, but there's no way I'd ever tell you that.
No, please don't.
Our eyes just aren't the same, and that is the difference between you and I.
That's freaky.
However, if a Shinigami drops his death note and a human picks it up, he can grant that human the eyes of a Shinigami.
And what's the deal?
The price for having a Shinigami's eyes is half of that person's remaining lifespan. That's all it is.
Oh, shit.
In other words,
I see. And since you've made it clear you're not on anyone's side, and won't help me out, you wouldn't just give me the names of people I wanted to kill.
This is crazy.
You're saying that I can't simply borrow your powers. I'd have to pay for them.
That's right.
Oh my god, this is
I'll
insane.
say this once more. Give me half your remaining lifespan, and I'll give you the Shinigami eyes.
If I agree. If I had that power, the Death Note would only be easier to use.
Is it a deal?
Oh my god. This is so twisted. And who is that? Is that L? Is that the guy who knows who L is? Who can contact him, whatever? Who's that guy following him? Like, who's that guy? I like that every episode, like the Shinigami Ryuk adds a little something that gives a little, like, one more twist to this whole book. Last episode it was, if anybody else touches the book, they'll be able to see me also now. That's why he figured out that ingenious trap in his drawer with the fake diary to keep it secret. But now the rule about the Shinigami getting the lifespan of people they write on the book, and that he can see people's names just by looking at them, and like you could get that power, but you have to give me half your life. Well, that show is not slacking off. I love that they add like a new rule or a new something. It give it a different twist and a different, you know. Light should watch himself, because at the speed that L works, it could find him before episode 5. And then Light is not even close, not even nothing to finding out who L is. Light is getting impulsive. That's going to be his downfall, I think. And who's the guy in the trench coat following? I guess I'll know next episode, but wow. This show is just as you guys told me, like just more and more questions, a total mind game, Somebody said in the comment that this show was just like a game of chess. And I believe it now. New rules, new characters, new intrigues. It's like that show just gets more and more interesting as it goes along. Like, just only 3 episodes in, and I'm totally like, I cannot wait to know what's gonna happen next. And that's a sign of a great show. No wonder it's a classic. And really, Light's father is the chief of police? I didn't recognize him at first because, like, I just saw the mustache. It's like, oh, it's just a fatherly figure with a mustache. And then I'm like, whoa, wait. Guess I wasn't the fastest on this one, but hey, you know, you gotta give me some slack. Anyway, that was my reaction for episode 3 of Death Note. Guys, tell me what you thought about it in the comments below. Give this video a like. Subscribe if it's your first time to the channel. You can check out my full-length reaction on Patreon. Follow me at Twitter at Neuralex. And check out my merch, streamelements.com. I said it. Thank you again for watching this. I am Neuralex, and until we meet each other again, guys, stay safe.